Smiley, I'm so sorry. I'm late. I had stuff to do. I had other classes. I had like a dog thing happen.
Fine. Just take a seat.
Thank you.
So I called you in here today because I'm concerned about your performance in my class, Tyler. You're late every day. Your test scores have been awful. Actually, I have your last quiz here, and instead of reading the last chapter of the book, it seems as though you watched the episode of the Odyssey by Wishbone. What's going on?
1, excellent show. 2, I'm just very busy. You know, I've got other classes. I got drafted, like NFL drafted, not like. Anyways, you know, if you could just throw me a bone, a wishbone, if you will, I'd be so grateful.
Okay. Listen, how about this? If you can tell me in great and specific detail everything that happened in the last chapter you were supposed to read of the Odyssey, I'll pass you.
Deal. Okay, so here's what happens, all right? So, you know, Odysseus, cool guy. He's really handsome, like Jean-Claude Van Damme if you were just Childish Gambino, right? But, you know, he's like, dang, I should miss my wife. And I hate these guys, my crew. So, you know, he gets to an island, right? He's like, also, I could really go for 5 guys right now. He's looking around. He's like, oh, there's some goats. That's fantastic. Eat some goats. But after he's done, the crew's like, oh, Odysseus, we're still hungry, sir. And Odysseus is like, I have a plan. There's a cave up yonder, which is pretty small. However, I'm guessing there's plenty of stockades of food up there. And I think we can get something from there. And they're like, oh, Odysseus, you're so brave and handsome and strong. And he says, oh, I know. And they're like, really, sir? Have you been working out lately? He's like, all right, I have a wife. Calm down.
So they're walking across this barren, also quite forested quarry forest. It's pretty dangerous. It's covered in fire, magma, cyclopses, but less accessible kinds, like the kinds we can't show. Anyways, they find the mountain leading to the cave and they start climbing up. It's pretty dangerous. Oh, too slow. It's covered in fire too, but also the less accessible and visual kind. But it's a sheer 90-degree angle. Odysseus is handling it well. He's walking, he's talking, he's crewman. Losers.
So they go up to the cave, and you know, Odysseus, being the genius he is, also handsome. I don't know if I mentioned that. He was right. There's there's food in there. There's gold in there. You know, there's all sorts of good stuff. So, you know, they're loading up. The crew's like, all right, sir, we've got all the stuff we need. Let's go. And Odysseus is like, no, actually. We're going to live here. I was so right. We're going to live here, at least for a night. And they're like, what? And he's like, yeah, that's right. Cave is now ours. And then, you know, the ground starts shaking, rumbling. You know, this cave, dark and dank, which looks like a quarry for some reason. But anyways, in comes a Cyclops. And his name is Ganondorf? Anyways, so Ganondorf is like, oh, fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell humans in my Cyclops cleave. And Odysseus is like, oh no, they found us out.
So Odysseus, being the cunning strategist he is, decides to run away, which, in all, is a pretty good plan. So they're running, not talking. Odysseus outpaces his crew, because his crew, not quite as handsome.
The Ganondorf, he's like,
so, you think you can steal all my cheese puffs, apparently? Well, you can't.
And so Odysseus is like, I'll make a deal with you. Don't kill us. And that's the deal. And the Cyclops, he's like,
no, who do you think you are? I mean, who are you?
And Odysseus says, it's Joe.
Cyclops, being a dunce, really just falls for it. And he says, Joe who? And Odysseus says,
Joe Mama. They sail off into the midnight. So, did I pass?